Ruiz boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash the hell out of that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, we're gonna talk this boxing. Pretty much, I want to talk about the Deontay Wilder versus versus a possible Andy Ruiz fight. Man, I think that fight. If that fight gets made, I think it's definitely a really good fight. You gotta understand, man. It's so many levels to this man, to this boxing, man, and I think that Deontay Wilder, man, is at the top of his game. You know what I'm saying? But he did take a loss. We'll see how he bounces back. You know what I'm saying? You can't count him out 100% because he's still a threat. And anybody can still get touched up with that hand. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like that. But yeah, man. I mean, Deontay Wilder versus any of the top heavyweights, I think is a good fight. With any of the top five heavyweights. I know he still has that rematch clause, with and with excuse me, Tyson Fury. But it's one of those things, man. Like, hey, man. Um, from what I'm hearing, that they have to pay like $80 million step aside money, for Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury to fight. So it's one of those things, like, it's crazy, man. But I mean, it's one of those things like Deontay Wilder's gonna get paid. It's looking like, you know what I'm saying. And it's saying that Eddie Hearn right now, as of about 3 hours ago, is saying that he wants Andy Ruiz to fight Deontay Wilder. I mean, it's like, I'm pretty sure Deontay Wilder's gonna fight somebody in between that fight, between him fighting Tyson Fury. But it's one of those things. It's like, who is he gonna fight though? That's one of that's the biggest question right now. He's 42, 1-1, one loss, one draw. He got the draw with Tyson Fury, and he got a loss with Tyson Fury. So both of the ones on his resume is from Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has a draw on his resume as well because of um, Wilder. So it's looking like Tyson Fury, it looks like he's gonna fight Anthony Joshua next. So Andy Ruiz just fought this past weekend, and he looked okay. I'm not gonna lie, he looked okay. Um, but I feel like he fought Chris Arreola. Chris Arreola is an aging veteran. You know what I mean? He's 40 years old. You should have iced this dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's just be honest. Let's just call a spade a spade. You know, I think he should have iced him. I think it should have been no problem. But he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. He didn't get rid of him. And that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do in those situations. You got to get rid of. You got to get rid of old veteran fighters like that. But it was a tough fight. It was a tough fight. We're not taking anything away from the performance, but I just feel like the performance could have been a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Just with some of the things that I heard after the fight and stuff like that. I mean, Andy Ruiz came in there in probably the best shape of his life. It looked like. I mean, this guy was, he looked like he'd been working. He's working out with Canelo Alvarez, in the Canelo Alvarez camp. So I mean, if you anytime you're working out with Canelo Alvarez, it's gonna be automatic. It's gonna be awesome. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. It's gonna be dope. That he's working out with another world champion. You see what I'm saying? And I just feel like right now, you guys, being that Deontay Wilder can still fight certain fighters. I just want to see Deontay Wilder, fight Andy Ruiz next. I think that'll be a good fight if he can't get the Wilder fight next. And yeah, man, let's just see. Let's just see right now what he can do. Right now, I think that stylistically, Andy Ruiz is a lot shorter fighter. But Andy Ruiz has had success with taller fighters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at Anthony Joshua. He beat Anthony Joshua. And I think that'll put down a little bit of naysayers too, because let's be honest, Anthony Joshua's only loss came to Andy Ruiz. So it's like if Deontay Wilder fights Andy Ruiz next, it's almost like, it's one of those things you think about. It's like, damn, that'll be a good feather under Deontay Wilder's cap to say that, hey, I beat or I knocked out the guy that knocked you out. You see what I'm saying? Like that's a bit different. You know what I'm saying? That's a bit different. I think that's really dope too. You know what I'm saying? But as it stands now, um, Andy Ruiz, it's we don't know what he's gonna do yet. You know what I'm saying? We still don't know. I think that Andy Ruiz, should possibly fight Deontay Wilder. He's got a couple other choices. You just seen, and it's crazy because I believe Andy Ruiz and Joseph Parker fought on the same weekend. I believe the same day. I believe, which was last Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, Andy Ruiz, that'll be crazy, dude. Watching Andy Ruiz versus Tyson Fury, knowing how tall Tyson Fury is, like that'll be crazy. But it's one of those things, you guys, that I think that over time, I think that Tyson Fury is a good fighter. He's arguably a great fighter. You know what I mean? I would say he's a great fighter. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things like how much how much does Tyson Fury have left? You know what I mean? He has, he's he's getting up there in age as well. You know what I mean? And he hasn't had to clean his body. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to everything. You know what I mean? Like living your lifestyle and stuff like that. But he changed his life around. That he is doing a great job now, from what I'm hearing. But he's 32. He's only 32, so I can't take a whole lot from him. I can't take a whole lot from him at all, man. Deontay Wilder, on the other hand, is 35. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things like, Deontay Wilder's getting up there in age as well, being 35. But it's all about like how you take care of your body. I feel like. Yo, Rage, he says, yo, man's here. What's up, Rage? How's everybody? How you doing, Rage? How's everything going, man? He says, I need to ask one thing. What's good, bro? What's going on, Rage? How's everything going, bro? Rage is in the building, dog. Yeah, let's go. But yeah, man, Deontay Wilder is really good. I would love to see Deontay Wilder versus I would love to see Deontay Wilder shit versus Joseph Parker too. Like Ray just saying, he says the Chisora Parker fight. Who you think won? I'm gonna be honest, man. I think Parker could have edged it, but I'm like it was. I think Parker. I think Parker won. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't watch the whole entire fight, but from what I seen, I would say Parker. You know what I mean? But like I said, I seen some highlights and I seen some of the rounds. But as a whole, I didn't watch the entire fight from beginning to end. But yeah, man, from what I seen, it looked like Parker was, keeping him busy, at times, with the jab and stuff like that. And Chisora was just walking straight into the jab. So it was almost one of those things like, he's coming forward, he's going for the big grand slam home fucking run that he always tries to do in every fight that he fights in, pretty much. And he didn't get it against Joseph Parker. He did hurt Joseph Parker in that fight. He says, I'm lit, bro. How is you? Oh, I'm good, man. I'm doing good, bro. For real. I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. But yeah, man, it's one of those things, you guys, like, Joseph Parker versus, Derek Chisora. I mean, that's even better. You know what I mean? That's one of those things, like, whoever won that fight could probably move on to bigger and better things. But it's like, damn, you got two close fights. You got the versus Derek Chisora versus Joseph Parker fight. That was, close. Some would say it close. Then you got, the other fight, which is Andy Ruiz versus damn, who the hell Andy Ruiz fight? It's on the tip of my tongue. My bad, y'all. It's been a long day. Damn, I'm getting brain freeze. Derek Chisora. Excuse me. Derek Chisora. But yeah, man. Anyways, like I was saying, you guys, it's crazy the way everything's going down in the heavyweight division, and I just think I just think that between Andrew Ruiz and Deontay Wilder, let's just see who's gonna win. You know what I mean? Like let's see for the fans. You see what I'm saying? And then we can go from there. But I just Chris, that's his name. My bad. He says I think he lasts. But I mean Chris Arreola did good against him, man. Chris Arreola did good against Andrew Ruiz. He did better than I thought he was gonna do. I thought Chris Arreola was gonna get it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I thought Chris Arreola was gonna get iced. It's ice season, baby. And I thought Chris Arreola was gonna get iced, but he didn't. He didn't. And kudos to him, he didn't. He lasted the whole. I think it was 12 rounds, and the decision went to Andrew Ruiz. But I feel what he was saying. I feel what he was saying because Chris Arreola was saying like F the judges and all of that shit at the end of the press conference, and I feel where he was coming from. Armando said, "What's up? What's up, Armando? Smash that like button, bro. Ray, smash that like button. Let's get it." Armando says, "I think Wilder gets a tune-up fight before Ruiz." Yeah, possibly. They could probably build that up to being its own little thing. Yeah, that's true. Armando says like Wilder versus Trevor Bryan for the regular WBA title. I mean, maybe, but they're saying that Trevor Bryan doesn't even have a regular title. They're saying Whatchamacallit has the regular title, the WBA regular title. What's his name from overseas? Emmanuel Char. Yeah, Emmanuel Char. Emmanuel Char is his name. Excuse me. They're saying Emmanuel Char is the WBA regular heavyweight champion. But like I said, I don't know. I heard Trevor Bryan was supposed to fight, Emmanuel Char. Obviously, Don King is promoting Trevor Bryan, so that deal will probably never get done. I heard working with Don King nowadays is not as fun. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I just think that we'll see. Ray says Chris was a beast though. Yeah, he was. He showed that he had that heart, man. Armando says, yeah, I thought Chris was going to get ran through, but Chris came in shape. The skinniest I've ever seen him. Yeah, man, Chris Arreola was ready to go, bro. It looked like he really had his last hoorah or whatever, you know what I mean? I think Chris Arreola just showed everybody. I want to see Chris Arreola fight again after that, actually. After watching that fight, I'm like, you know what? I want to watch him again. He wasn't as bad as I thought he was gonna do. I thought he was gonna get just smoked because he got smoked by Deontay Wilder. So I'm like, Chris Arreola is one of the top heavyweights. Andrew Ruiz is one of the top heavyweights. I'm like, Andrew Ruiz is gonna just, run through this guy, Chris Arreola, because Chris Arreola is an aging veteran. I mean, he's fought Bermane Stiverne. He's fought a list of other fighters, but you gotta understand, even Bermane Stiverne iced Chris Arreola. So it's like Bermane Stiverne has been getting iced. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, wow. Armando says Bryan just beat Bermane, not to. He says Bryan just beat Bermane not too long ago for the regular WBA. See, that's what I'm saying. He says, that shit choppy as shit. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Alright, it says Andy lost the weight wrong, I think. He says he was a good fighter in the AJ first fight. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, that's true. We lost him. Or is it just me? No, I'm back. I'm back, bro. No, I'm back. He says Armando drives me mad. Armando drives me mad. He says, is this Ruiz fans wants a rematch with Chris For what there is no point. He won 9-3 or 8-4. Yeah, he got dropped and Rock both came back. He said, but came back. He says nobody wants to see Ruiz rematch. That's what I'm saying. He said, yes, sir, we back in this. Let's go, Rage. Let's go. So yeah, man. I mean, Armando, I feel what you're saying. I feel exactly what you're saying. But you gotta understand, man. It's one of those things. Like, come on, man. Like, you gotta feel like. I feel like Chris Arreola. I don't know. I feel like he had points in that fight where he was doing good. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was getting backed up, and yeah, he was getting hit. But Andy Ruiz had to respect him too. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those things. It was a respect thing too. He says Ruiz. He says Ruiz needs a big fight now. Yeah, he does. He really does, man. So does Wilder though. So that's why I think they should both fight. Armando says wouldn't mind seeing Ruiz versus Adam Konaki too. Yeah, that's true. Ray says Ruiz Parker rematch. I mean, shoot, man. That Ruiz Parker fight was boring as shit, though, man. Did y'all watch that fight? I watched that fight like 3 times, man. I ain't gotta have that again, man. Y'all can keep that shit. I'm good. I'm good on the on that rematch. Damn. You know, the Ruiz Parker rematch. I just it was one of them long, boring, chest. I mean, but it was neither fighter really wanted to get hit for real. Let's call a spade a spade. Joseph Parker never really wants to get hit. He never goes in there trying to get hit. Mr. Joe, the running man. I know. That's what he was doing. He says, just cause Ruiz was robbed. Yeah, he was though. I mean, I thought Ruiz won that fight, the Parker fight. And Parker just got a close decision over Derek Chisora. So those could have been 2 more losses for fucking Joseph Parker. Those could have been 2 more losses. Armando in the chat says that fight was close, man. I don't know if Parker really won that though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, both fights was close as shit. So it's like, what? It's almost like one of those things, like really? You know what I mean? Like, this is the life for baby, cause I'm a thug. He says Armando was also. He says Armando says Parker was also in a close fight with Fury's cousin. Yeah, but Fury's cousin, Huey Fury, man, he's okay, but he's not. I mean, he's not top tier talent. He's nowhere near top tier talent. You know what I mean? He's more like Manuel Char, Trevor Bryant. I mean, maybe something like that. Maybe he could beat one of those. I doubt that though. He's long and rangy, but he gets himself caught in close fights. He can't win. Inside, I feel like Huey Fury's not a good inside fighter. I feel like Tyson Fury is a way better inside fighter than Huey Fury. But yeah. Andre, what's going on, bro? He says Parker's big wins have been gifted decisions, in my opinion. I think Ruiz and Chisora both beat him, which could be true. Which could be true. Yeah, I mean, hey, I think they were really close as well, bro. For real. Shout out to Andre in the chat. Rage says Chisora had him down in the first round. Yeah, he did. He did, man. Rage says Andre 100% facts. Okay. Rage says he is a poor man's Tyson Fury. Man, not the poor man though. Armando in the chat says Fury's cousin did beat Alexander though. I thought he got robbed in that fight, but Parker did beat him, though. It was close, though. Yeah, I mean, you gotta understand, man. Like, I don't know, Fury's cousin, Huey Fury, he's okay, but he's not that. I don't. He's come on, man. He don't. They're like Derek Chisor's level. Chisor Parker getting ran back though. That might get ran back actually. That might actually get ran back. Actually, I'm not even gonna lie about that. That might actually get ran back. Actually, that might be one of those that actually do get ran back. But yeah, man, I'm gonna head out, you guys. I've been on here for about 20 minutes. Please smash the hell out of that like button and subscribe. And until next time, you guys, peace. I'm gone, man. I'll catch y'all guys on the next live stream.